Konnichiwa minasan, Anton desu, and welcome to Tokyo, Japan. Are you curious about what it's like living in Tokyo, Japan as a foreigner, or what fashion modeling in Japan really looks like? What are the hardships of buying and renovating old, in Japanese standards, houses, and what you shouldn't miss out on when you visit this beautiful country? Join me on this channel as I explore Japan's vibrant culture and share my own experiences as a foreigner living here in Tokyo. The ins and outs of fashion modeling and the cultural differences between Europe, America, and Japan. Let's discover Japan together and have fun along the way. This is Anton.jp. Konnichiwa minasan, my name is Anton. I'm originally from Sweden, but I've been living in Japan for 4 years. My work, modeling, brought me here, and I've previously lived all over Europe, America, and I've been fortunate enough to relocate and live my dream here in Japan. I also run a YouTube channel here in Japan that I started 2 years ago. I do content in Japanese regarding modeling and mostly DIY and renovation, because the house you see around me is something I built with my own hands. So my main job is modeling, but I renovate and DIY old houses here in Japan. If you like Japan, you've probably read some articles about free houses in Japan. Japan is giving out houses for free to foreigners, to nationals. They have 9 million empty houses here, and it's very fascinating as a Swede, as a foreigner, to come to Japan and you realize that there are empty houses everywhere. And I did some research and I've been buying and renovating houses on my free time. And I started making content in Japanese about these renovations and about my daily life, and it just took off. And I started getting a lot of traction from English-speaking viewers asking me to do content in English, and I just finished this house that you see around me. And I freed up some time, and I think it's time to start my English channel. And here we are, Anton.jp. Please check out my Anton channel as well. Even if you don't understand the language, there might be some parts of it that you will understand. The house tours, the process of renovating and stuff. But that's what this channel is for. It's for you to understand my content in English. And maybe I can express myself a little better than my Japanese. I'll also give you everyday life here in Japan. What places to visit, what places not to visit, what to think about if you're thinking about buying and renovating houses here, how the process of buying a house looks like here, my favorite restaurants, my go-to restaurants here in Tokyo, my favorite areas, travel guides. This channel is gonna be about what I like and what I don't like about this country. Also a lot of cultural differences, renovation, food, culture, you name it. You're the viewer. You can decide, so please leave me a comment on what you want me to make content about. I know food and anime is a big subject for all you viewers out there, but maybe DIY and renovation has some interest around the world as well. I bought this house really cheap, central Tokyo, just 10 minutes away from Shibuya, like the biggest crossing in the world. And I've been renovating it in a Swedish-Japanese style. I still have the tatami rooms upstairs, Swedish design, a lot of tiles everywhere. So I basically kept some traditional Japanese elements. I have like 7 meters up to the ceiling right above me here. I'll show you a house tour someday. But I basically created a very unique house here in central Tokyo. 2 floors. Renovation was not easy, but let me get to that in a different movie later on. Like the differences of renovating a house in Japan and doing it in Sweden is... I've spent so much money on just trash disposal for once. Why don't they have double glazed windows? No central heating. Why do they tear down buildings just after 35 years here? The X's here behind me, it's for earthquake safety. There are many regulations you need to follow here, and they're also not as strict on some things. But let me get to that in a different movie. Please let me know what you want to see. I'll also bring you a lot of vlogs and insides about my real job, fashion modeling in Japan. Cultural differences between doing this job in Paris or Milano and then comparing it to Japan. Interviews with fashion stylists, directors, famous photographers. You'll see it on this channel. So please let me know what you want to see in the comments below. Maybe you just want to know some travel advice for coming here. I'll keep updating on my Japanese channel, Anton channel. But here, this is for you, English. Maybe I can communicate better with you guys. So yeah, drop me a comment and I'll see you maybe in a week or two. Sayonara!